Welcome back to Photoshop. This is chapter 2. First thing you need to do is open up the Photoshop document. You also need to open up the Career and Technical Education folder. Go to my name, Resources, Media Productions, Class Files, and find the Photoshop Revealed book, chapter 2. And you're going to open up the 2-3 file. So you could either open up or you could have had it open already. So if I have 2-3, I can drag it down to my Photoshop file and then bring it up here and release it, and it opens it up. After you have it open, a couple things you need to do real quick is, first thing off is Save As. File, Save As. Make sure you click on Computer, C Drive, find your name, Photoshop, make sure you have a chapter 2 in here, CH2, and make sure you change it to CH2 R Swartz, first initial, last name, and do a save, say OK. Now you want to delete the background, so you're going to click the background and on the keyboard hit delete. Now I want to change this background, or change this layer into the background, so have it selected. Come over and grab the layer, new, go background from layer, and when you do that, it locks and creates this as the background. Next thing you want to do is make layer 2 active, and you want to create a new layer above that. The book has you do a couple different ways, and then it has you delete them. I'm just going to have you do it the easy way, which is down here at the bottom. It says a little new, looks like a little piece of paper with the edge folded. Click that, and now I've created a new layer. I want you to change this layer to red. All you have to do is right click and come down here and click red, and now this layer is considered the red layer. And then basically it would have you delete it. I'm going to have you keep that layer on. Make sure you do a save. You can do a Control S on your keyboard. A Control S saves it. Next thing you're going to do is you're going to open up actually that same folder, and you're going to drag in PS2-4. If you drag it in and dump it on the picture like this, that's what happens. I don't want that. So go ahead and delete it. Grab that folder again, and I want you to drag it in and bring it up to the top and make sure it says plus copy, let go, and now it's its own separate file in Photoshop, and I can click back and forth between the two files. When that's the case, when you have this done, you need to cut the horn out and drag it into the project. And the way you do that, the book has you do this first. There's a couple different ways you can do it. The book teaches you to do a color range. You want to select the white because the horn has lots of different colors in it. So once I select the white, I'm going to drop the fuzziness down to 0, click invert, and now the horn is selected. If I say OK, the horn is selected. Now I can actually grab the horn. Make sure you have the selection tool. You got to have this button over here selected. Grab the horn, drag it up to the other layer, and then bring it back down. Make sure you have the mouse, you're holding the button down the entire time, and then let go. And now I can move this wherever I need to on this layer. The other way you can do it, since this layer has two separate layers, I can turn off the background. You can see the checkerboard. That means there's nothing behind there. If I do a Control D, it does an unselect on the object. Basically, all you have to do is hold Control down, come over to the horn thumbnail, click it, and it'll select the horn also. That's another way you can select stuff if there's no background behind there. If you're taking something off of Google Images, you would have to do the color select image way, or there is another way I'll teach you later on. But anyways, going back to our drawing, our video, chapter 2 file, you want to drop the opacity down on this horn, and the way you do that is make sure layer 4 is selected. You're going to come over here to the opacity, and you can grab the slider bar and drag it down, or highlight it, and on the keyboard type 55. Make sure it's 55. You can see it's translucent, or the opacity is like see-through. Layer 2 is the hand layer, and we're going to turn that off. So just click the eyeball. Sorry, that's not that layer 1 is. Sorry, layer 1 we're going to hide, which is the hand. So layer 1 you're going to hide, and the hand disappears. Okay, we're going to rename layer 4 also. Double click on it and we're going to name it horn. And then we're also going to move some layers around. We're going to drag 4 above 3. So drag 4 above 3. So it's in front of the horn. And then drag horn layer so that it's beneath layer 2. And then drag it back down below layer 2. So they just kind of are teaching you how to move stuff around. Drop the opacity down. And then one thing that they want to do too is they want to do a defringe. If you look, you can kind of see this white edge around the horn. We want to get rid of that. So make sure the horn layer is selected. Come up to layer, go down to matting, and you want to hit defringe. It tells you to put a width of 3 pixels. So I'm going to type 3 and watch that white edge. It's going to disappear. So it kind of takes away the edge of the object that you're defringing. The next thing you want to do is hide your rulers. So my rulers are not on. If they were on, they would be right here. You want to view and come down and uncheck rulers. And now my rulers are gone. We want to create a group so we can organize this over here. The easy way to create a group is to come down to this folder down here in the bottom and click the folder. I can double click on it and type layers. And the type layers means everything that has type on it. So this T, I'm going to drag everything into the T, into the type layer that has a T. So they're all in there. Now, it has you delete layer 2. So what you're going to do is drag layer 2 down to the trash can. So drag this down to the trash can and let go, and layer 2 is deleted. So that's how you delete layers. Then it tells you to collapse the group. All you do is click the arrow right here. It collapses the group. So now if I ever want to turn this off, it turns off all the typing. I can turn it back on, and if I just want to turn off one of them, I can just turn off one of the eyeballs, and it turns off just one. So that's a nice thing too about groups. I can turn things off completely by just clicking the group eyeball. One of the last things they have you do is move the horn layer below the types. Move the notes layer beneath the horn layer. So the notes layer beneath the horn layer. And then they have you turn it off. Okay, so that's pretty much what you should have for your final product. Go ahead and do a save. And then you're going to dump that into the collaboration folder, Photoshop Chapter 2 folder. Make sure it's saved as your name, and you are well on your way to Photoshop Lesson Chapter 3 now.